Hi everyone, welcome to Rhyme and Storytime. The theme this week is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is this Monday, so let's celebrate this week. So why do we celebrate Thanksgiving? It's a time to celebrate the harvest and other blessings of the year. For many families, Thanksgiving is a time to get together. Canadian Thanksgiving is celebrated every year on the second Monday in October. Here are some fun Thanksgiving activities that you can do as a family. You can make Thanksgiving crafts. You can play games. You can go for a long drive with your family. Thanksgiving is a time in which you spend with those that you think are special. Some people spend Thanksgiving with their friends. Let's read Franklin's Thanksgiving and see what happens when Franklin's family has a Thanksgiving dinner with their friends. Franklin's Thanksgiving by Paulette Bourgeois. Franklin liked everything about Thanksgiving. He liked eating pumpkin pie pie and cranberry jelly. He liked making cornucopias and corn husk dolls. But most of all, he liked having his grandma and grandpa come for dinner. It was a family tradition, and Franklin could hardly wait. A week before Thanksgiving, a postcard arrived from Franklin's grandparents. "Oh dear," sighed Franklin's mother. "Grandma and Grandpa can't make it back for the holiday." "But they have to!" cried Franklin. "They're always here for Thanksgiving." Franklin's mother gave him a hug. "There will still be the four of us," she said. "It won't be the same," Franklin grumbled. Over the next few days, Franklin was so busy that he didn't have much time to think about Grandma and Grandpa. He helped his mother pick apples and make applesauce. He helped his father dig up vegetables and store them in the cellar. Franklin and Bear helped Harriet and Beatrice pick berries and gather nuts. In the gardens and orchards, forests and fields, everyone was bringing in the harvest. Franklin counted all the jars of jams and preservatives. "I think this year was the most beautiful ever," announced his father. "We could feed the whole town." "I just wish we could feed Grandma and Grandpa," sighed Franklin. His mother agreed. "We'll miss having company," she said. At school, Franklin's class made a harvest quilt and learned how the early settlers celebrated Thanksgiving. "What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Mr. Owl?" asked Franklin. "I'll be having dinner with my mother," he replied. "Our relatives can't visit this year." "Ours either," said Franklin. Then he had an idea. He invited Mr. Owl and his mother for dinner. "It's all right with my parents," Franklin explained. "They want company." "Well, thank you, Franklin," said Mr. Owl. "We'll be delighted to come." Franklin smiled. This would be a wonderful surprise for his parents. At home, Franklin's mother looked at the berry pies cooling on the windowsill. She had an idea. She walked over to Bear's house and invited the whole family for Thanksgiving. "It will be a wonderful surprise for everyone," she explained. In the garden, Franklin's father waved to Mr. Mole. "Are you going to your sister's for Thanksgiving?" he asked. "Not this year," replied Mr. Mole. "With my broken ankle, I can't go far." Franklin's father had an idea. He invited Mr. Mole for dinner. It would be a wonderful surprise for everyone. After school, Franklin went home with Moose. That's when he had another idea. It was the Moose family's first Thanksgiving in Woodland. Franklin invited them for dinner. "It's all right with my parents. They want company." "We'll be delighted," replied Mrs. Moose. Franklin smiled. His surprise was getting bigger and bigger. On Thanksgiving morning, Franklin got up early to help with dinner. He stored soup and peeled corn. Then he set the table for 9. Franklin's father counted the place settings. He shook his head and reset the table for 5. Franklin's mother looked at the table. She was puzzled, but she added 3 more place settings, and everybody took turns peeking out the window, watching for the surprise guests. Mr. Owl and his mother were the first to arrive. "Surprise!" Franklin shouted to his parents. "This is a surprise," they said. Then Franklin saw the Bear family and Mr. Mole. Now everyone was surprised. All the guests crowded inside, holding platters and bowls heaped high with food. Franklin and his parents laughed and tried to explain what had happened. "Well, we sure have plenty to eat," declared Franklin's mother. We just don't have a lot of room. Franklin knew they had a big problem. The Moose family hadn't arrived yet. Franklin looked around. There wasn't one bit of room inside. But outside. Suddenly, Franklin knew what to do. Moose and his family arrived as all the others came out the door. Everyone carried food and dishes, tables and chairs. "What's going on?" asked Moose. "We're eating our Thanksgiving out in the field," answered Bear. "Just like the early settlers," said Franklin. It was a wonderful afternoon. Everyone ate lots of good food, and everyone said how thankful they were for good friends and family. Franklin was thankful for 3 helpings of pumpkin pie pie. "I'm eating Grandma and Grandpa's share," he explained. Soon the sun was setting and it was time to go home. "This was a wonderful day," said Franklin's mother. Franklin agreed. "Let's do it again next year," he said. Everyone laughed and cheered. Grandma and Grandpa phoned later that night, and Franklin told them all about the new Thanksgiving tradition. They promised that next year they wouldn't miss it for anything. Franklin smiled. He might not get 3 helpings of pumpkin pie next year, but he knew he'd still be thankful. Franklin was so excited to spend Thanksgiving with his grandparents, but sadly they were unable to come. Franklin learned that friends can also be family, and he was thankful for the time he spent with his friends. What are you thankful for? Remember to check out all of our other stories and songs on our website. The turkey is a symbol for Thanksgiving. Let's make this cute turkey craft. We got the idea from teachinmama.org. You will need the turkey template, which you can download from our website, construction paper, scissors, glue, and Google eyes if you want. Print the template onto white paper. Cut out the template and glue onto colorful paper. Then cut out the pieces. Glue the feathers and the feet onto the back of the turkey. Now you have a cute Thanksgiving turkey for your Thanksgiving table. Rhyme and Storytime is over for today. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Join me next week when the word of the week is chores. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks so much and bye.